What's up, you guys? Geeker here, back with another video, and we finally got parts in for the KFX 400. I have it literally all taken apart. It's been like that for maybe probably like 5 days now, since Saturday. Today is Wednesday, and we got the gaskets because I did take apart the stator side and then the clutch side. It comes with a bunch of gaskets, and of course it does not come with instructions of any sort. So this is the first pack I got. It was literally the whole gasket set. I believe it has a head gasket and all that as well. I paid $13 for this, and I got it like in 5 days. Because I ordered everything until I was done basically taking apart the whole build. I'm still missing some parts. Still haven't got the valves. I ordered new valves. And this right here, that was pretty cool. Some deals, man. Some deals. I ordered everything on Amazon. And this is for the valves. This is to basically take out and reinstall, replace valves on the quads, and I believe it might even be good to do some other small engines, is what it said. This one at least came with some type of instructions. It comes with 30 millimeter, 25 millimeter, 23, 19, and 16. So I didn't think that was bad, and I paid a total of, how much did I pay for this? I think this was like $18, somewhere around there. I'll add the links down in the description if you guys want. But this is all I got so far. I don't know if I'm going to start doing anything yet. I kind of want to just do it all one day, which it might be this Saturday. So the next thing that I will be getting is the valves. And I'm still kind of unsure if I want to do a new piston and a new head. That's like another $160. But I don't know if we need it. So right now what I'm actually going to do is, while I'm waiting for the valves anyways, I'm going to check the head and probably clean off the piston, and then see if we really need it, if it looks good or if it doesn't. Let's check that out. So this is the piston after I pretty much cleaned it. I should have done a video of me cleaning it, but literally all I did was, so I don't think you can see, but basically what I did was grab some WD-40 and I sprayed it all around here. And then I grabbed my flashlight because I'm blind, and I grabbed a little wire brush like this, and all I did was scrub, 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 scrub around all the edges. And it looks super duper clean now. I'm actually going to clean the top as well. And all the little holes. Make sure we have a clean surface if we do end up using this one. Definitely want a good surface, so if we do end up using it and the new gasket actually seals on there. See if you can see there's little pieces on the edge. Okay, you guys, so real quick, I just looked into the cylinder here and the piston. Everything looks pretty dang good, but I'm still probably going to look up how much it would be to buy a new one. This time we actually got all of our valve pieces in, the shims. Oh wait, we didn't get any shims. Okay, well, we don't have shims. We're definitely going to need those. The valves, the gaskets, the springs. I think it comes with the valve seals. As well as some, oh, yep, they're right here. Alright, so now we can get it all started. This is literally everything that I got in one package. I opened it though. This was like 95 bucks. I'm trying to total out everything for you guys. So 95 bucks with tax and shipping. The whole entire gasket kit was like $13. I said, I think that's what it was, somewhere around there. And then the spring compressor tool here is what was it? It was like $30. I think I said it was. I don't remember anymore. It's been a couple of days. But everything's been pretty cheap. Probably I'll put like a little adding up right here on the side somewhere of how much everything is so far with these three things. We still need to buy coolant and new oil as well, though. I have an oil filter that was $10. But yeah, let's go ahead and get started. That way we can get going on this. It might be a little while. Hopefully it doesn't take that long. I'm trying not to lose daylight here, so I gotta move quick. So what I'm gonna start doing is with the magnet, taking these out. They have the shim on the inside. Ooh. I want those to fly out. And that's why I put my little board right here so I could put them all in order. How they were before. Not that it's really important because I'm probably not going to use any of this stuff, but either way. Okay, this one fell. Alright. Okay, right now we're getting started on our first valve. And I'm basically so far tightening it down. You want to get it pretty centered to the valve. I'll use this one as an example. So hopefully, so right here, you're gonna do it right here, and then at the top, that's what it's gonna look like. So it's gonna be on top of this. Then you have one of these that the valve compressor kit comes with, so you can tighten it down pretty much. Just enough to where you can get the valve locks, the keepers right here out. And it looks like we're actually barely just getting there. So with the magnet, you're going to come up through the top right here to get it out, and then just like that, everything else should come out. And be careful because they do have a lot of tension. So I'm going to loosen it up and everything should come right out. You want to make sure you remember how everything went in as well. See, everything got... I'm just loosening it enough to where I can pull this thing out and out the way. So here's the first one. Here's the first spring. One thing I want to note that I noticed right away. So here's the new spring, right? But check this out. Yeah, I hear a lot of people calling them like pins, cowls, keepers. I don't know what the proper term for it is. Excuse my dumbness, I guess. Okay. So now the same way we took everything off, we're gonna put it back on. Found out doing it sideways helps a little bit, at least to start it off. Because first of all, it's not even a flat surface that you're doing everything on. And then you want this to be sitting in there pretty straight. Okay, now I'm putting this between my legs. And I'm just going to hold it like this. And I'm going to turn it until pretty much the top of the valve is showing, and hopefully it's showing pretty evenly, because if you don't have a accurate one of these, it might be a little shifted. Then we're going to get the keepers here, and what I found easiest is with the little pair of pliers. I'm going to slide one in on this side. Here. Once it gets close enough in there, I don't know if you guys can see that. Okay, so like how I was explaining, hopefully my camera doesn't die. You want to basically push this, tighten it down as far as you can. Not as far as you can literally, but enough to where the top of the valve is showing just enough to where you can start sliding in the keepers. And the easiest way I found was with a pair of pliers. It's kind of hard because I'm kind of looking through the camera while I'm doing this. So basically, it doesn't want to go in. It's not centered. Okay, that's as good as it's gonna get. Basically, see how it's not going in. The little thing around the valve here isn't really centered, so it's not wanting to stay. What I'm gonna try doing is tightening it up a little bit more, so maybe it turns. That'll give me enough clearance. Now I can figure all this out. Just gotta keep messing with it till, well, see, they both came out. So you're able to get one of them. Oh, it's actually the exhaust side, not the intake side. The exhaust side, okay. So I just want to show you real quick what it's supposed to look like. See if my camera will focus. Oh, see how they're aligned, but everything's pushed down. So pretty much after everything pops up, it'll look like these. Alright, so now we're on to the intake side, I believe it is. Yes, the intake side, the ones that were bad. These ones were the ones that were hitting the piston, I believe. It does look like they were sticking out just a tad bit. I mean, they don't look bad, and so far none of them have been bent. It's kind of weird though. And like I said, I've been using this mystery oil as my lube. I'm gonna lube it up some more when I'm done, all over the top as well. I already cleaned all this, so I'm just gonna slide this one back in here. Looks like it sits a little bit nicer, I guess. Flip it back over. And we're just gonna keep repeating this step. The worst part is just putting the little valve keepers back on. Definitely it's gotta be the worst part to do it. So you wanna make sure the bottom is aligned, the top is aligned. So that's why I have it on this little bench where it has holes through it. Not this little bench. Yeah, well, it's a bench. Okay, so now we're gonna get our new spring. The top. We're gonna put this back on. That's why I have it on here, because it seems like this works pretty good. So that way it has an opening. It's a little bench with just holes in it. And this so happened to fit. So you want to make sure this goes on pretty straight, because if not, it's gonna spin. Well, it spins either way, but it's gonna be all crooked. And then you're basically just gonna want it to stick out just a little bit. Okay, remember it has to be on the center of the valve, so that's what I'm making sure of on the bottom. And then at the top as well, everything has to be pretty centered, because if not, when you start tightening it, everything's gonna loosen up. There we go. And then you just want to tighten it enough to where the top is barely visible, and it's even enough through the center so you could put the new locks in there. Where's the fine line? So here they are, and I don't know. And I don't know if I showed you guys, but if you could see this, I feel like the light's too bright. If you could barely see, it's kind of like a V-shaped. So obviously the wider side goes on top. Like I said, the first one is always easy. You may have to shake it up a little bit. Push it down just a tad. And then now we can undo this and they should meet in the center. And just loosen it slowly, make sure it's stuck on there, and it is. No, ¿qué pasó?
¿Qué te iba a decir? Que ya compró mi sobrina las cosas, pero no hay otro problema.
¿Qué pasó?
Que no las quieren agarrar en el correo para mandarles.
¿Oh, sí?
Que dice que fue a ver y que le dijeron que no pueden mandar medicina. Y entonces ella y la esposa de mi sobrino le dijeron, es que son papeles. Para que ya la sellaron para que la mandaran, pero que le dijeron que no, que tienen que abrir para que ellos vean qué cosa es. Entonces ahorita...
¿Entonces lo abrieron?
No lo abrieron porque ella le dijo que ella fue a preguntar, pero lo llevaban, pero no la llevaron ahí en ese momento, fueron a preguntar a ver qué les decía. Y ella dice que les dijeron eso. Entonces ahorita...
Hey guys, so we got the last two keepers in right here. There's one right there, you can barely see, and there's another one over here. So we're gonna put those on, and then we're gonna basically button up everything and probably put on the cams. Okay, so right now all I'm doing is putting the tappets back in. The top, the shims I put down first, and then I'm just sliding these in there. And it is looking like there is a whole lot more clearance than it was before, because they were like sticking out some. But I guess we're gonna find out until we start putting the cams back in. Okay, you guys, so going further into this, I figured out what potentially could have been the problem. As you guys remember, the problem was that there wasn't any clearance on some of the valves, like for the new valves, and on the, what is it, the exhaust side? The new valves on the exhaust side, everything worked out good. Okay, you can't really tell, but right here, it's just all chewed up. Even on the cam, it was really bad. I started actually sanding it down. I'm going to try and save it. Here you could take a look at this and see the difference. This is the side that goes right here, and so it goes like this. This side is just chewed up, and it even had a little, on the side right here, it had a little hump. So basically something got eaten up in there, and I guarantee you that's what originally my issue was. So it wasn't even the valves, because like I said, I changed them, and the old valves, not even bent, they weren't even that bad on the bottom, nothing. So it couldn't have been that. The springs still look good. So I'm gonna try and sand this down with a little piece of sandpaper. Let's see if I can, oh, well, I just did this. Basically I'm just sanding it inside there. What I actually did was I grabbed the socket, tiny socket, and I'm gonna just roll it around in here like this. I don't know, it's kind of harder to show you guys with the camera, but see, it's rolled around with some sandpaper, and I'm just gonna go like this in there and sand it all down, and maybe it'll be enough also right here to see, just like this, to put it back on and for it to turn freely. But I don't know if it's gonna make it go down more. Technically, if I'm sanding it off here, and then it's still gonna not have any clearance here. This one is good, this one is not. This one is the only problem. So I'll let you guys know with the update in just a bit and see if I can fix that issue. Okay, so I sanded down this, the cam lobe I believe it's called. It is a little bit smoother now. And I did sand down the bottom, and then I sanded down this as well. This probably still needs a little bit of work, so I'm going to work on that, and then I'll put you guys on the video when I'm back to putting it on. I'm going to put some assembly lube for to lube it up a little bit, see if it'll spin enough. And then it does look like there is some clearance now though, so maybe we can get this going. Okay, so this is what I was doing. Okay, so this is what I was doing. Basically, I put a little sandpaper on this socket, stuck it on there with a little bit of tape, and as you can see, that's pretty messed up right here. So all I've been doing is this, so it sands it. I thought that was pretty smart. It's not gonna be perfect, and I don't want to sand it down too much, but there is just a little bit of grooves. You can hear it, as in this one. It's just smooth. This one's. So I don't want it to catch. And I'm using like some 3000 grit sandpaper, so it won't do too much damage.